Hi, I'm Philip. Today we're going to be talking about No Results Found by Nicholas Montemanero. I might have butchered that last name, so I'm sorry. First, let's talk about the objective correlative. It's really simple. It's just about the death of his dog and how it's affecting him and his family. In the piece, he doesn't go on and on about how it's affecting his family, but he does talk a lot about how it's affecting him. The passage I'm going to read is the first paragraph on page 85. One way would be to wait. She hasn't been gone a full day. Yesterday, at this hour, she was alive. You felt her breath on your face. Give it time. Emotions recollected in tranquility and so on. Wordsworth, of course. Better maybe to read what others have written. Google search Updike Dead Dog Poems, or read Dog Years, or My Dog Tulip, or Marley and Me, or Old Yeller for God's sakes. Some choices I like and dislike are, I really like how the author's choked up about the loss of their dog. They're asking people to fact check them. I think it happens twice in this piece. The author is looking up things on Google and they're trying to remember like the perfect words to express how they feel about their dog, but they just can't find it, and they're so choked up about the loss of the dog that like their thinking is kind of cloudy. So they're asking the readers, us, if we can think of what he's talking about, email him, because I feel like that's such a real thing that happens in life. Like after you've dealt with something emotional, very emotional, then you're just kind of like, I can't think of what I need to think of, and then usually other people can help you out if you ask for help. Another thing I like is about how the author goes about explaining how the Google search tries to fill in what it thinks he needs. That's kind of the beating heart of this piece. Just because you Google search something doesn't mean it's going to fix the problem. So I think that's one of the really cool things about this this piece. Although I just said the Google search is cool and all, it does kind of screw up the tone and flow of the story for me. Because one thing I really like and also don't like about this piece is the bits where we're actually in scene with the author and the dog, where he's talking about taking the dog on the last walk before they have to go put it down. Like, that's such a raw and emotional moment, and it almost brought me to tears. And then to kind of switch gears and talk about different types of Google searches and asking people for help, and then talking about Airbud, just kind of like, it just takes you out of that emotional moment. It doesn't allow you to like really it doesn't really allow it to sit with the readers, which I think is a detriment to this piece. I feel like if we were more in these moments and this whole piece was more about the time spent with the dog, I feel like that would make it a much better piece. I'm also not 100% crazy about this title. I just don't think this subject matter really fits. I feel like this should be more focused on the moments with the dog, like I already said. One last thing is the ending of this leaves me really unsatisfied. It's just the whole Google thing leaves me unsatisfied because I don't feel like the author / narrator really grows. They don't learn anything new. It's just sort of like, oh, I've wasted my time Googling stuff and it's got me nowhere, which I guess kind of goes back to the title, but I felt really unsatisfied. Like the last line is, how you'd wake relieved to the sound of Ralph downstairs lapping water from her bowl. I just like, that's just not, the ending just didn't do it for me. And I think I might be projecting onto the narrator here, because everybody deals with these types of emotion differently. That I would just focus specifically on the dog and what they mean to me and what that's taught me about love, and just like giving your time and emotions to another living thing. I feel like then with sort of taking that angle, there's more room for growth and a more satisfying ending. So I'm projecting. That's how I write it. I feel like that's that's just a fuller ending rather than what's written. I feel like it's just a bunch of mixed emotions, and our narrator doesn't really get anywhere. We're just kind of stuck in square one. So my question is, can the internet help find meaningful results for dealing with death or loss of someone or something you love? Why or why not? Like, for me, I don't think the internet is really a place to go when looking for real coping skills. Yeah, you can find articles about like how to cope with things, but just Google searching something isn't gonna make the problem go away. So no, I don't think you can find like real meaningful results. I think it's a good starting point, but I think until you personally have thought about it, what it means to you, and have like either talked it through with someone or by yourself, then you're just not going to get anywhere with the emotional bits. My writing prompt to you all is, think back to a time when you lost someone or something near and dear to you. How did you go about coping with the loss? Or did you never quite get over it and it's still affecting you today? Thanks for watching. I look forward to reading your answers to the question. Have a good day.